teen faces attempted murder charge after allegedly poisoning his mother's milk. In Deltona, Florida, a chilling incident unfolded on April 19. 17-year-old Eduardo Espinal-Ramgewan stands accused of attempting to poison his 77-year-old adoptive mother. The alleged method, introducing bleach into her milk supply. The gravity of the situation is underscored by the charges now levied against the teenager. This case raises disturbing questions about familial relationships and the potential for violence within the home. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. The victim first noticed an anomaly while preparing to consume her usual milk. An unusual odor emanated from the gallon container as she poured its contents. Suspicion piqued. She cautiously tasted the milk. The liquid revealed a distinctly unnatural and alarming flavor. Further investigation confirmed the presence of bleach within the milk. This discovery set in motion a chain of events that would lead to police intervention and a young man facing severe legal consequences. Law enforcement officers were promptly dispatched to the Deltona residence. The victim recounted her ordeal, explicitly stating that Espinal-Ramgewan had contaminated her milk with Clorox bleach. Fortunately, the victim only ingested a small amount of the tainted milk due to the immediate detection of the foul taste. This limited exposure potentially mitigated the severity of the physical harm she might have suffered. Upon arrival, officers located the suspect, Espinal-Ramgewan, concealed within a room alongside a dog. A Volusia County deputy corroborated the victim's account, confirming a potent bleach odor emanating from the milk itself. Eduardo Espinal-Ramgewan now faces charges of attempted felony murder. The severity of this charge reflects the potentially lethal nature of his alleged actions. In addition to attempted murder, he is also charged with aggravated abuse of an elderly person. This charge acknowledges the vulnerability of the victim and the breach of trust inherent in the familial relationship. Following the incident, the victim was transported to a local hospital for thorough medical evaluation and treatment. The extent of any internal damage caused by the bleach ingestion remains a critical concern. The investigation revealed a crucial detail. The victim was the sole milk consumer within the household. This fact immediately narrowed the scope of potential suspects and focused attention on those with access to the milk supply. The milk itself exhibited an unmistakable and intense chemical taste, further solidifying the presence of a foreign and harmful substance. This sensory evidence corroborated the victim's initial suspicions and provided tangible proof of the alleged poisoning. During questioning, Espinal-Ramgewan reportedly admitted to introducing bleach into the milk. He allegedly acknowledged his awareness of the potential harm bleach could inflict upon a person. The suspect further stated his intention was to cause his mother to become ill. This admission provides a glimpse into the alleged motive behind the disturbing act. Reportedly, Espinal-Ramgewan's motive stemmed from anger directed towards the victim and a desire to escape the home environment. This alleged motive, if proven, could play a significant role in the legal proceedings. A Clorox bleach bottle was discovered within the laundry room of the residence. The presence of this bottle served as a crucial piece of physical evidence linking the suspect to the alleged crime. The positioning of the bleach bottle suggested it had been recently handled or moved. This observation further strengthened the suspicion that the bottle was directly involved in the alleged poisoning incident. The victim disclosed her belief that her son's actions were a culmination of recent conflicts and escalating tensions. She suspected that this was not the first time he had attempted to harm her. In the days leading up to the alleged poisoning, Espinal-Ramgewan had reportedly exhibited increasing aggression. This shift in behavior raised concerns and foreshadowed the potential for violence. The victim further stated that Espinal-Ramgewan had made explicit threats to harm her, including threats of physical violence. These prior threats paint a disturbing picture of a deteriorating relationship and a growing potential for harm. The case against Eduardo Espinal-Ramgewan hinges on several key elements. The prosecution must demonstrate intent, means, and opportunity beyond a reasonable doubt. The suspect's alleged admission of guilt, coupled with the physical evidence of the bleach bottle, presents a strong foundation for the prosecution's case. However, the defense will likely challenge the validity of the confession and explore alternative explanations for the presence of bleach in the milk. The charge of attempted felony murder requires proof that the suspect acted with malice aforethought and intended to cause the victim's death. Establishing this element of intent will be crucial for a successful conviction on this charge. The aggravated abuse of an elderly person charge focuses on the vulnerability of the victim and the breach of trust inherent in the familial relationship. The prosecution will likely emphasize the age and dependence of the victim to underscore the severity of the alleged abuse. The suspect's age at the time of the alleged crime raises questions about whether he will be tried as a juvenile or an adult. This decision will have significant implications for the potential penalties he faces if convicted. The court will likely consider the suspect's mental state and any history of mental health issues. This information could be relevant to both the determination of guilt and the sentencing phase of the trial. The defense may argue that the suspect's actions were the result of diminished capacity or a lack of understanding of the consequences of his actions. This argument could potentially mitigate the severity of the charges or lead to a lesser sentence. The case is likely to attract significant media attention due to the disturbing nature of the allegations and the familial relationship between the suspect and the victim. This media scrutiny could potentially influence public opinion and the fairness of the trial. The outcome of this case will have significant implications for the legal system and the community. It will serve as a reminder of the potential for violence within families and the importance of protecting vulnerable individuals. This case highlights the critical needs of vigilance and support for elderly individuals, particularly those who may be vulnerable to abuse or neglect. The victim's age and dependence made her particularly susceptible to the alleged crime. Elderly care providers and family members must be aware of the signs of abuse and neglect and take steps to protect vulnerable individuals. These signs can include physical injuries, emotional distress, and changes in behavior. Regular check-ins and communication with elderly individuals can help to identify potential problems and provide support. It is important to create a safe and supportive environment where elderly individuals feel comfortable reporting abuse or neglect. This case also underscores the importance of addressing mental health issues in both elderly individuals and their caregivers. Mental health problems can contribute to abuse and neglect and can make it difficult for individuals to cope with stress and challenges. Providing access to mental health services and support groups can help to prevent abuse and neglect and improve the well-being of elderly individuals and their caregivers. It is essential to break the stigma surrounding mental health and encourage individuals to seek help when they need it. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers faced by elderly individuals and the importance of proactive measures to protect their safety and well-being. A comprehensive approach that addresses both physical and mental health needs is essential to ensuring the safety and dignity of our aging population. This case presents several challenges for law enforcement officers. The investigation must be thorough and meticulous to ensure that all evidence is collected and analyzed properly. Officers must be sensitive to the needs of the victim and provide her with support and resources. It is important to treat the victim with respect and compassion, and to ensure that she feels safe and secure. The interrogation of the suspect must be conducted in accordance with legal guidelines to ensure that any statements are admissible in court. Officers must be careful not to violate the suspect's rights and to ensure that he understands his rights. The collection and preservation of evidence must be handled carefully to avoid contamination or spoilage. Chain of custody must be maintained to ensure the integrity of the evidence. This case also highlights the importance of collaboration between law enforcement agencies and other organizations, such as social services and mental health providers. A coordinated response is essential to ensure the safety and well-being of the victim and to address the underlying issues that may have contributed to the alleged crime. Law enforcement officers must be trained to recognize the signs of elder abuse and neglect and to respond appropriately. This training should include information on the legal requirements for reporting abuse and neglect and the resources available to victims. This incident underscores the critical role that law enforcement officers play in protecting vulnerable individuals and holding perpetrators accountable for their actions. A commitment to thorough investigation, compassionate victim support, and effective collaboration is essential to ensuring justice and preventing future incidents of elder abuse.